Hello, everybody. SmurfyDan's here with.
I'm Scott. I'm Scott. You may know me as Cgi Studios, who used to be Starbuck Productions, and it's a pleasure to be here on this wonderful live stream. And with me is my best friend, and he'll continue.
Right. Hello, I'm Crane Engine Studios, formerly Crane Production Studios. You may recognise me as the voice of Percy in People's Redubs.
And you may recognise my voice as Thomas on Crane Engine Studios' Mini Thomas series.
Yep. Talk about shameless self-promotion. Okay. All right. First off, how are you all doing, you guys?
Not too bad.
Doing fine, yes, thank you. Just trying to keep myself occupied and entertained on this lazy Sunday.
Yeah, Sundays always lazy, aren't they?
Yeah.
Even with viewers at the moment. Oh wait, never mind. We got 10 viewers. Hello, everybody who's just joining us on live chat. This is a special occasion in the winter 2021 live stream. If you've got any questions for me, be Cgi Studios or Green Engine Studios, all of us, please ask away in the live chat below.
Or just say our first names, really, Daniel. Just say our first names.
Yay. Hello, NER-Tram70. Hello, Matthew. Thank you. That's very nice to hear that you enjoyed the revamped version of my fan documentary thus far. Thank you.
Before I show everyone my LBSC Barkman Thomas here, my Barkman LBSC Thomas from The Adventure Begins. I've got to admit, that has to be my favourite model so far. It was the two versions of Rosie that was my favourite, but then when I got this, my mind changed. So it's definitely going to be this one will be my favourite. And once I get the Origin James, then that'll be good because I'm actually working on I know you two probably remember that you saw a video of it just before the new year, and then at the end there was a little sneak peek of what's happening next Christmas, like it's called Thomas' Christmas Flashback. I'm actually working on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's a little sneak peek. Rosie will appear in it, and I asked someone to do the voice, and you probably know who that will be.
Ooh.
I'd say let them find out for themselves.
Yeah, let's see if anyone. Let's see in the comments can take a guess who it would be.
Anyway, so without further ado, let's move on to answer the first couple of questions, starting with Jeffrey Hodgman 12, who asked, "Have you heard of a 501c3 organization on social media called Tank Engine Society, Dan?" Yes, I have heard of Tank Engine Society. Are you referring to these organizations of people that's pretty much organizing a big convention somewhere in the United States with collectors and fans with all things Thomas and such? If so, then yeah, I think I've heard of them. I was once gotten in touch with one of the people who's organized the organization about to see if I could visit to the place in the US, which was the most unfortunate thing because for a couple of variety of reasons. One, my passport still just expired, and two, I hadn't even flown to the States by myself, other than having went to Boston, Massachusetts, mostly with my father, mostly for family relatives stuff. So yeah.
Hello, Tom. How you doing, mate?
I'm not too bad, Scott. How are you?
Hello, Tom.
Yeah, good to see you
Ross.
again after all.
Hello,
Daniel. Sorry, Daniel. Sorry, Daniel. Yeah.
Tom Hallmark.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Me, Tom, and Ross.
I think my Alone Read Along live stream. I'm sure those of you have heard of the story Alone.
I was
going to say that I was going to say on the 1st of August, me, Ross, and Tom met up at Sheringham. We went for a train ride. And that was a good day, that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. We've had fun. Yeah. Some of you may recognise Tom from some of my audio stories.
Yeah.
I'm Rory, the German engine, and the Fat Controller. And
That's
You're really good at that, Tom.
that's right. That's right. Right. Here's the voice of Rory, and I'm the voice of Mr. Vincent.
it is very good of you to send me on this stream today, sir.
I think you've got a question from Snoopy at One, who said, "Are you still going to do audio story narrations
Sorry.
at Buzz and Larry Flynn soon? And will that most likely be released?"
Yeah, I will do it. It's just that with my other audio stuff, he's got to understand that with my other audio stories I've got in the making, I can't do it straight away, and also because I don't like to go on my laptop during the day, because I like to try and keep myself offline during the day, because sometimes spending too much time on your laptop can be bad for your eyesight.
That's true.
There is something called life and work.
Yeah, so and to be honest, every time I upload a new audio story, he does keep asking me, am I going to do the rest of them? Well, of course I'm going to do the rest of them. It's just going to take time.
Yeah, you just need to give him a moment to himself first.
Yeah.
That's your answer. Anyways, moving on to the next question from Josh Production 7, who said, "Do I have any Nick Jr. UK Thomas recordings?" Yes. For the most part, I do, in some VHS tapes. Mostly ones from Series 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. But sadly, I don't have any ones of Series 12, because those ones were recorded from Milkshake broadcast onwards up to Series 16. That's when before the airing of the Christmas Express, which is my VCR and TV combo, the satellites just went off on all channels. I think it's pretty much moved to digital these days in HD on much bigger TVs. If you see what I mean.
Yeah, fair play.
In short, yes, I do have some Nick Jr. recordings, mostly from Series 7 and to 11. Yeah.
That's quite a good question as well. That is a good question.
There's another question on here from Josh Productions 07.
Okay.
It says here, have you met anyone from the Thomas cast?
Oh, yes.
Do you know what? I was going to say that me and Ross were going to meet in London. I think you were there as well, Dad. And we were going to plan to meet the original voice of Ryan on Thomas.
You mean Skiff? You mean Skiff?
Yeah, Jamie Campbell Boa.
Skiff, that's right.
He was Skiff. That's right.
I thought it was Ryan. Skiff. Yeah, we was going to meet the voice of Skiff in London last year, but then he cancelled about a week or two ago, and that disappointed us, didn't it?
Yeah. I think Daniel and I might be in the same boat here, because one of the Thomas voice actors I've met in person is Teresa Gallagher, who I met back in 2016, a week after my birthday. And I saw her perform with Arkelia in Durham.
Yeah, you had a picture taken, and you had a couple of autographs from her, didn't you?
Yeah, and I was quite surprised when during the interval where the band stopped for a break. Me and my brother went outside to get some fresh air because it was a bit stuffy inside. We were out there for like about a minute or two, and Teresa stuck her head out the doorway and said, "Excuse me. Is it Ross?" And I said, "Yes, it is me." She recognised me. Me and my brother had a nice talk with her.
Oh wow, that's nice. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, well done you.
What about you? What about you? Yeah. Sorry.
So Teresa's still a pretty good friend, as well as for a lovely person that she is, as well as her husband and some other person who's their friend too. So three band members, including her and her husband, as two.
What about you two, Dan and Tom? Have you met any Thomas voice actors in person?
Sadly not. Sadly not.
Well, one time in 2018, which was the most recent time I went to see Arcadia performing again in London. I happened to have also met, I think, Kerry Shale, Keith Wickham, twice again, and Sharon Miller.
Oh,
The
wow.
Her Majesty the
voice
Queen.
of the Queen.
Yeah.
What the jinx?
Nah.
Nah, I'm only joking.
Much like Teresa, Sharon is one of the loveliest people I have ever met, and she's very warming, especially after we first met. Yeah,
She's a good voice director at that. I will
Yeah,
admit. She's
she
very
was
good.
also an excellent voice director and a much surprisingly a real talented voice actor. For when she played Her Majesty the Queen, as Russell Scott mentioned earlier. So much, in fact, that I did show some further sincere appreciation to not just Michael White for writing the Whale Engine story. Granted, he still did a good job as a writing on the anniversary episode, but to Sharon Miller as well on her huge part of the Thomas and Friends production community, mostly as a voice director and now as an actor overall.
Something to put on the CV.
Which she told me that working on Thomas and Friends was something that she was very proud of after all these years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I've got a load of questions on here and all.
Oh, a lot of questions. Please bear in mind that there's be a lot to catch up. All right. Hello, Julie Dennis. I know that that was 2 minutes ago. I had to catch up with the audience's questions and such. How are you? To Julie, how are you doing today? Especially how is Cornwall so far? I hope Cornwall's pretty good. Anyway, that's my bit of a talk to Julie Dennis, and move on to people. Oh,
What's that sound? I can hear music from somewhere.
Yeah. I think it's one of Scott's youngsters.
Ah.
All right. Here's some interesting question from.
Sorry, guys, that was the wife with the television watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Hello,
You can't be so loud with the HD.
Anyway, Ross, we got an interesting question from Snoopy at One, who said minutes ago. So, mention it quickly. Care to join DeviantArt sometime in the future?
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna join that.
No, not really. It doesn't interest me really. So sorry.
So
it's a no from me, as they say in the X Factor and Britain's Got Talent. Yes, it's a no from me.
There's the answer, my man. All right. Do you know, Daniel, according to this recent tweet, Veronica Chambers, who is Gilbert's daughter, also despises and isn't pleased with the reboot as well?
Well, I had a feeling that was going to be brought up. I had a lucky guess that someone would mention that.
Oh, one of us would.
Also, Julie, I'm really sorry to hear that Cornwall's very wet. I mean, it's been pretty much the same here and later today as well, as it started raining not long after I had a haircut from my father's house at his house, which was not so far away.
Very smart.
So there are a few.
Very good. Very good.
For Veronica Chambers, she is an understandable. She's one of understanding people. She cares about mostly some of us older fans, mostly me and Elliot, whom she knows well, and Sol, whom she got in touch with by email.
Yeah.
Yep. The most recent time I've met Veronica was at Drayton Manor during the Dixon Discoveries VIP premiere.
No way, really?
Yeah. She was there along with
Ian.
Ian.
My word!
Wow. I keep forgetting about it.
That is so cool. You're lucky, Daniel. You're really lucky, mate. I'm very happy for you, to be honest.
Yeah. The first time I met Veronica was back in June 2011 during my time at the Tankington Railway.
No.
Wow.
That's like Levi's.
This was during the centenary exhibition at Towing Station. I'm sure you've seen
Yes, because that was the year they released the
Thomas and his
last
friends.
Railway series book, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thomas and his friends, number 42.
Right.
I think.
Yep.
Is that
10
the
years.
last one though? Is that the
Yeah.
last ever Railway series book?
Seems to be, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Funny you should say that, Scott. I went to the Beer Heights Railway in Devon, and I saw Christopher Audrey again. During one of those storytime sessions, he did ironically said that Thomas and his friends is the last book so far before reading out the last story, Centenary.
Yeah, because it said the end. So if it is the last ever one, then that's it. Then that's it.
Felt very
Because I
fine.
enjoy the Railway series. Because I do love the Reverend W. Audrey's ones as well. But I love all the books, but I do like Christopher Audrey's ones because the illustrator Clive Spong, isn't it?
that's his name.
Yeah,
He's a great artist and all, with all the faces, the colours, the lot. They look like proper steam trains in cartoon, but in a painting animation kind of way.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Like,
I'm quite. Hasn't Christopher Audrey got any sons of his own?
see, my dad asked that. I don't know.
Well, Christopher did have one child. His name's Richard.
Right.
Because I would have thought that maybe Richard could have continued writing the series.
Christopher was thinking that, but sadly, Richard's was not all up for
Just doesn't seem that
continuing
interested.
taking his
Yeah.
father's steps.
It's a shame. Is he a railway enthusiast like his father? I don't know. Like, if it was actually more like that was interest, I could see it happening. Or like,
Honestly, I'm not sure. I think he was more of a band member or something with these things.
yeah, I get the feeling he probably just took a different path in life and thought, probably.
I had to read more of it, the Thomas the Tank Man, and sort of reading between the lines. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
Getting back to the questions.
there's a question there was a question back up here from Steaming Studios.
Okay.
Yeah.
They said Scott probably won't know the answer to this one. He probably doesn't like it. Who are your favourite Mr. Men and Little Miss characters?
Oh, okay.
Mr. Happy's up there.
Had to cut me up because I don't watch him, so I'm out for that one.
Okay.
I've only seen the Mr. Men show, which is sort of connected to that show.
I read the books growing up, and I also remember the cartoon in the 90s. I remember being quite fond of that.
Yeah, like Tom, likewise.
Yeah, sadly, I didn't know about the Arthur Lowe cartoon until a little later. Like,
I did mention myself, actually.
I saw it on the telly once, twice at a friend's house.
Quite fun, really. It was a lot of fun. A little bit too zany for the Mr. Men standards, mostly compared to the original TV series.
It was a bit of a surprise at the time, I will admit.
Yeah.
But
Though,
still good.
that's for the characters. Too many to list, but for me, for the Mr. Men, I did kind of like Mr. Happy, Mr. Small, Mr. Perfect, Mr. Tickle, Mr. Grumpy, and who else? Mr. Clumsy and Mr. Bump. And for Little Misses, I like Little Miss Sunshine, Little Miss Shy, Little Miss Neville, and Little Miss Whoops, both variants, in the book and the Mr. Men show. And who else? Little Miss Splendid, and Little Miss Light, Little Miss Speedy, and Little Miss Tiny. Yep. They're all unique characters for their personalities. I like them all.
Fair enough. For me, it's probably Mr. Happy, Mr. Busy. Mr. Busy, I don't know. I always liked his appearance. I liked his sort of sausage shape that he had.
Mr. Nobody.
Mr. Nobody's another one. Oh, Mr. Cool. Of course, I like Mr. Cool as well. And Mr. Uppity was another favourite.
Yeah.
And Mr.
When I was little, I only had one Mr. Man book with a cassette tape, and that was Mr. Small. That was the only thing. That was the only Mr. Man I ever knew when I was a little kid. But I wasn't quite interested. I did like the story, but I wasn't too keen on the actual franchise. If you know what I mean? Whoever likes Mr. Man and Little Miss, no offense, of course.
Of course.
Yeah,
Sure.
no offended.
Scott, did you know the man behind the character Captain Mannering from Dad's Army was the narrator of the Mr. Men and Little Miss?
Yeah.
Oh,
Which one was that?
Miss Arthur Lowe, you know, the one from Dad's Army who goes, "Stupid boy."
Oh, stupid boy.
I haven't seen. I never watched Dad's Army all the way through, but I know what you're getting from. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Mr. Nosy.
I think I remember seeing.
Oh, I like
for
that.
the viewers. Sorry, for all the viewers, my backman LBSC Thomas train before we carry on. Sorry, Ross, carry on, mate.
Okay. I think the characters who I remember, I'm just going by who I've seen from. I remember seeing most of the Mr. Men show. The ones I liked from there are Mr. Bump when he goes, "Oh, poopity poop," Mr. Grumpy, Mr. Tickle, Mr. Stubborn. There was Mr. Stubborn. I like it when he goes, "These plants are cheap." Because whenever he says something like these whatever are cheap, that just always makes me laugh.
You made me laugh because
here's the fun fact. Same actor who played the same British actor who played Mr. Stubborn, also the current voice of Postman Pat.
Lewis McLeod.
Yeah, Lewis McLeod.
Right. No, I didn't know. Is Postman Pat even still on at the moment? I thought it.
Yeah. I think he's still going. I'm not sure if he's still in that.
Sadly, though, Ken Barry passed away.
That was very sad.
Yeah,
but there was Postman Pat the movie, though, wasn't
Yeah, there was.
I saw that. I like that. Yeah, I actually saw that in the cinema. When I saw the Postman Pat movie in the cinema, I was the only person in the screening room who was actually watching it.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
You mean to say you were alone?
Yeah, I was sitting right at the back.
Oh
I was thinking, where's everyone else gone?
You know what, Ross? You remind me of something. Over 20 years ago, right, I've got to say this, right? After the school sports day, I was in year 9. I was 14 then.
Yeah.
Me and my family went to see Thomas and the Magic Railroad in the cinemas, and we were the only ones there.
Oh,
That was really good. We were the only ones there. I just couldn't believe it. It was really good, though.
Yeah.
Although my cousin Nicola, she got a bit poorly during that time, and I felt sorry for her, so I had to keep an eye on her.
Because one of my most favorite bits from the Postman Pat movie. I'm guessing Dan and Tom have seen the movie. Have you?
Yeah.
One of my favorite bits is when Wilfred says to the other contestant, "I do not pay for your singing lessons, your dance lessons, your hair care lessons, for you to lose to that postman."
Yeah, I know why you. Yeah, that's David Tennant, isn't it?
It's classic Scott accent.
Yeah.
I
Also,
surprising that Ron Weasley is in the Postman Pat movie.
Rupert Grins.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rupert Grint.
Anyway, back to the other question. The other characters I did like were Little Miss Calamity, the one who goes, "Oh, what a calamity!" It was Mr. I did like Mr. Bounce and Mr. Tiny.
You mean Mr. Small?
Oh, yeah, Mr. Small. Yeah, the one who Keith Wickham voiced.
Yeah, you're
Oh yes, I remember them. Hello, Mr. Nosy. Hello, Mr. Small.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, oh chum.
Do you remember Mr. Lazy?
Yeah.
Are you gonna come up? Are you gonna come with me? Do you know how much work it is to go up them stairs?
Oh, and Mr. Fussy. Didn't he?
Oh,
Mr. Known as Mr. Panickety. I didn't really like Mr. Panickety, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm settled with Mr. Fossey because Pernicti is very much like Mr. Fossey to me.
Yeah.
I
Same.
like this. Yeah, I like. Sorry, Tom.
That's right. I'm just saying Panicti's just another word for fussy, isn't it? I think in series 2 they did change him back, like they made him more dark green and they called him it again, which was
Yeah.
a relief in many ways.
I like Little Miss Chatterbox. She was good.
I thought
Oh,
Lewis
yes,
Fox and the Mr. Mental was kind of fun to listen to, actually. I did like her in that variant.
One of the other characters I don't like is Mr. Scatterbrain. I don't really like him.
The
He's
Gallagher.
okay. I thought he's okay, but a little bit too
Wacky.
too
Oh,
weird.
I wish
Why-
they'd just used Mr. Silly from the books because he was a nice balance of bizarre.
I honestly preferred Little Miss Scatterbrain in the books and TV shows over Mr. Scatterbrain myself.
They did a lot of gender swapping. It was odd.
There's Mr. Strong, and if he got something wrong, and he goes, "Oh, pickles."
Yeah,
Yo, Mr. Fussy. It's got a posh sort of voice, isn't it? Mr. Strong, yeah.
We've been into discussing Mr. Men for so long now. Should we move on to the more?
Yeah. Is there anything else? Let's have a look.
There was an interesting one from Matthew a few minutes ago who asked, as kids, did any of you guys watch The Wiggles?
Well,
No.
no. Not for a very long time. Probably
Never
for
did.
I haven't been on, but
I do recall seeing The Wiggles on 2 VHS tapes, or 3, I think. Mostly Yummy Yummy and The Big Red Car, but that was it. That was all I remembered from The Wiggles myself.
I never saw that.
there's a lot of like nursery rhymes and such, wasn't there?
I see.
I don't remember that much.
It's not my thing either nowadays.
Fun Song Factory was pretty good fun there.
Yeah, I do remember Fun Song Factory. That was a lot.
Same sort of style, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think Ross wanted to say something.
Because Jonathan Asia Maris here. Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Jonathan.
In the chat.
What's happening, Ryan?
Oh yes, Jonathan. Hello, man. Hello. Good to see you. That's been ages.
We've been talking about the Mr. Men for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about
Is
halfway through the stream already. Go on, Ross.
Scott,
Yeah.
how are the boys doing?
Oh, okay. Connor's having trouble sleeping at the moment.
Oh,
But he'll
dear.
be all right.
Oh dear.
It's got to be. Is there another question? Is there another question up here?
Something about.
There is a question. There's a question here I've seen. Which one was it? It was from Steaming Studios, right? It says, "Do you like Wallace and Gromit?"
Who doesn't?
Yes.
I do.
Kirsty got me into that.
Who
So,
can get over a Wallace and Gromit?
Yeah. There's something fishy going on here, Gromit, and it's not just Archie's present.
Where it is?
Round the barricade.
Not even
Gromit!
Fun fact: the man behind the voice of Wallace, Peter Sallis, he was in Last of the Summer Wine.
Yeah, he was.
And First of the Summer Wine.
Oh,
yeah.
Peter Sallis was also the voice of Ratty in the TV series of The Wind in the Willows.
Yeah,
no
with David Jason.
On.
With David Jason.
Michael Horden.
Oh yeah. Oh, who else? There was David Jason. Peter Sallis.
Yeah.
I had a talk with Boris Fangirl the other day about this. I've forgotten who the other two were.
I could have a look.
Ian Carmichael, he played a narrator, as well as the first voice of Ratty in the movie of The Wind in the Willows.
I remember there being a movie, quite a few, actually. But I never saw the Grosgrove Hall version.
And yes, Peter Sallis sadly passed away a few years ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
So,
Oh, looks like we got an interesting question from Ironhide251, who said, "What do you guys think of the Paddington films?"
Ironhide. Where do I know that name?
It was okay.
Omid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know.
There's Richard. Sorry about the Wind of the Willows. Sorry, there's Richard Pearson, I think, who played Mole.
Yeah.
And then there was Michael Horden, Ian Carmichael, or something.
Brian Truman.
Yes.
Yeah,
The-
Weasel Henchman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he played. Did he play? Was he narrator on Count Duckula, or did he do?
No,
was
Brian.
he evil?
What? Brian Truman?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
he
no,
was
Nanny.
Nanny. Gooey, ducky boos, Nanny's coming.
Oh, quick, Eagle, open the.
You know, it's a bit damp in the hole.
Getting back to the Paddington question,
Yeah,
I
they're
see.
not too bad.
Watched
Not
the
too
two
bad. The
Paddington
Paddington
films in
films.
cinemas, and those two are really intriguing and fascinating visual-wise, as especially with the great performance from Hugh Bonneville, and yeah, I'm not sure who else is in it.
Peter
Oh, yeah.
Capaldi.
Yeah, Hugh Bonneville played Mr. Brown in both films.
Yes, you are aware. There's a bear on your roof.
Yes, thank you, Mr.
Danger,
Kelly.
danger.
Invisibility on.
Danger, danger! There's a bear in the station.
I've never seen the first or the second Paddington films.
The second
Really
one's
ought to
very
see it. Those
Got
are good
strange
films. Those are very good films.
They
I
are.
like them.
But number 2 has got the tornado and there's an awesome train.
Yeah.
chase.
Yeah.
Oh
You're
yeah.
gone back there for those tornado fans.
Yeah, that's right. Tornado stars in Paddington.
I saw the tornado engine twice. Once, the first time in 2012 when it was in this dark green paintwork, and in 2013, I saw it in blue.
Express
and
Blue.
when it comes to I pretend it's Gordon. Oh, talking
Yeah, I
of
think it makes a very good Gordon in that blue. To be fair, they
Yeah.
are sort of related. They're both great. They're both.
in fact, I've got an interesting question at the top here. Here we go. It's from S25 Percy ! He said, "What is your favourite Day Out with Thomas engine? Mine is the Nene Valley Railway one." Right, you probably know what mine and Ross's favourite one is, don't you?
The North.
Yeah.
Is it Thomas?
Yeah, Thomas engine. But our one is our favourite Thomas locomotive is the one at the East Anglian Railway Museum.
Yes.
Oh, that one. I know the one you mean.
For me,
Yeah,
it's the Midhands Railway one.
Fair play.
Yeah. That looks more realistic. Yeah, but we haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah.
If we did, then I'm sure we would change it. But
Yeah.
one of Ross's favourite one at the moment. Sorry, Ross. My favourite ones are the branch line engines on the East Anglian Railway Museum. You know, there's Thomas, Percy, Toby, and Daisy. Then on the Norfolk Railway, we've got Donald or Douglas. We say it's Douglas. Then we've got Murdoch, and we've got the WD one. But my son Connor, he calls it Hero, so I said, okay, Hero it is.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's very
That's what the 9S would call a hero. It's down the kids at the end of the day.
Exactly, because kids have their imaginations, what the trains look like when it comes to Thomas and Friends, doesn't it?
Yeah. While we're on the topic of Tornado, I've never asked this. Why was Tornado repainted from green to blue? Does anyone know why that was?
Actually, trying something new. I think it's been for quite a few.
It's something to do with charity, I think. I'm not too sure. I think it's something to do with donations or something.
Possibly.
In my opinion, I'm not really at all sure. But when I saw it with my friend Jamie Ringwood, you probably know him. It used to be the Trainmaster 97, but he changed his name. We both went together at Peterborough to see it. Ross couldn't go because it was a Saturday and he had a work shift. So I promised him I'll take some pictures. But when I saw it in blue, sometimes you can think it's Gordon pulling the big express.
Yeah, I think they should use it for Day Out with Thomas, dress up as Gordon, because they've done that with Spencer.
Well, years back, I did a one-off Day Out with Thomas music video, Ode to Gordon, guest starring Tornado in Blue as Gordon.
There you go.
Look for it. Look it up on my channel, you'll see it.
I'm proud of that.
So the Day Out with Thomas topic. Sorry, Ross. What is everyone's favourite Thomas Day Out with Thomas engine, like the Thomas train?
I've got one.
Yeah, go on.
It's probably the Nene Valley one. I know it doesn't look a lot like Thomas.
No, but that was that is the Thomas, of course.
Yeah.
That was done in 1971.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you, Daniel? Actually, I think we know what Daniel's one is.
Actually, mine's both the Midhands Railway one and the real Thomas by the Reverend
Yes.
Audrey.
Cats one does look good
Yeah,
as well.
I actually saw that Thomas with the tornado because it was like Thomas and Tornado.
Yeah.
In other words, it's like doing Thomas and Gordon in real life.
I was trying to really like that. They really could.
Yeah. You know, the first ever Thomas episode, Thomas and Gordon. Because when you see the tornado in blue, and then you see Thomas, you got Thomas and Gordon. Get it?
Anyway,
Stick-
Russ, you've got one question from Josh Productions 07 who
Yeah.
said, "Why are your videos in full screen?" I asked you a while back, but I forgot what you said.
The reason why there are like short videos instead of like long widescreen, because when I save I've known a couple of times when I save my videos as widescreen, they use quite a lot of like megabytes and take up quite a bit of space. So I try not to make them that big.
I had to make them in widescreen. So when this COVID is over, Ross, maybe I can show you how to do it.
Yeah, I do. I use I use Sony Vegas, and
I know how to save it to widescreen.
Yeah, because like widescreen videos, which I've done with audio storage, things that go wrong in the night, and Grumpy Frida, they did those files were quite bigger than the other video files I did. So I stick to the video files which the video format which I feel comfortable with. I know everybody's doing widescreen, but sometimes me doing widescreen it's not always my sort of thing.
Yeah, you do your thing. Do what you're most happy with, Russ.
Absolutely, yeah. Because
aspect ratio of your choice. Full screen 4:3 or widescreen 16:9.
Yeah. That's what I use now because that way you can see things in full screen, can't you?
In fact, my older videos are in 4:3 before 2012 or 2013. That's when they slowly switched to 16:9 widescreen.
Goodness. I can't even work a computer full stop. I attempted uploading the video today.
Oh, here's an interesting question from Jamie Boy 1995 who said, "Which film do you prefer, Finding Nemo or Finding Dory?"
Not seen either of those films, so I don't know.
I've seen both, right? And I think Nemo is good. Dory, it was okay, but Nemo, that was absolutely hilarious. Finding Nemo is quite a good one.
What, both
excuse me.
Right.
Excuse me a second, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Both films are very good for their own merits. Dory one's kind of relatable, whilst the Nemo one, I felt that it was a fresher start to it, fresher originals one. I felt that it was something that's like a nostalgic thing for those that had those seen it in 2003. Yeah,
that's how I see it. I think Dory
that's why
was a good attempt, but Nemo is the classic. All said and done.
Of course, Finding Nemo was a classic, whilst Dory was a pretty much average sequel.
Yeah, and there's worse ones out there. Oh, that's for certain.
Yeah,
I've gone for David.
There's a question here from Matthew.
Okay.
If you guys could pick one Thomas episode to rewrite, what would it be? Oh, there's too many to choose from.
Yeah, I couldn't pick any one yet, but if it's 16, then I was thinking up and away because I felt something was not right about that. I mean, in helium balloon on the engine's flatbed tied up in ropes, something's not right. You'd better off put the uninflated balloons in boxes, on each vans or in trucks and such, plus with a brake fan. Then you have deep problems with all that. But still, it is a fictional show with a few cartoony fictional stuff that differentiates from real life stuff. So, what else do you expect?
Honestly, I'd probably rewrite all of season 15 if I got the chance.
Yeah. like Henry's Happy Coal, for example.
Oh God, even the name is ridiculous. Henry's Happy Coal. It sounds like a type of drug he's on or something.
I felt the title was strange.
Yeah.
Percy's New Friends was ridiculous.
I thought Percy's New Friends was okay.
It could have been good.
I thought, is he trying to be Snow White when it comes to trying to be friends with animals?
Yeah.
But if you watch Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and that's when she meets the animals after her nasty encounter in the forests, then you see what I mean. You know,
Try and imagine Percy singing in like 3 octaves.
Yeah.
This was before the animals went to the house that belonged to the dwarfs.
Some of you. Right, so Scott, the question was, if we could write any Thomas episode, one Thomas episode, what would it be? And where's it saying? Mostly series 15 ones.
Right. Well, if you want my honest opinion, I also rewrite all the episodes with the login logos on because I don't like those characters. They were the worst characters ever. In my opinion, I do not like them at all. They're like some of the worst. Some fans would say that, but I would rewrite all the episodes with the login logos on. Replace them with Bill and Ben or Donald and Douglas.
And Ferdinand, he keeps saying, "That's right. For goodness' sake, you can say more than that, you imbecile."
Absolutely.
It was literally they were like a diet Bill, Ben, and Boko. Those three.
Yeah.
Right. We got some questions from what's coming up in terms of Thomas Series 20. Well, first, please. Well, upon my first viewing on
we're getting some interference.
Hold on a second.
That's all right.
Sorry about that. Getting back, Tom. For me, upon my first viewing on the trailer itself for what's coming up in a 2D animated,
I'm back. Sorry about that. I know what the interference was.
To younger kids this time. And personally, from my perspective, I've seen worse stuff than this. I mean, I'm kind of indifferent about it, much like what Mel said in his short reaction video on it before it was taken down by Mattel, I believe. It's kind of with Mel here because I'm kind of indifferent about it. Well, I do understand how we can all be upset about that is not the way we see Thomas in a long time because the show's been rapidly changed now to a much kiddie version in terms of 2D animation.
Kind of reminds me of some anime shows like Teen Titans Go, for example. I've seen stuff like this on different Facebook groups, and it kind of reminds me of Teen Titans Go. You know that cartoon, don't you, Ron?
Yeah. I've seen a few episodes of Teen Titans Go. If I'm honest, the voice cast. The only thing I liked about it was the original voice cast from the early Naughty seasons. They were back in it, but I just didn't like how they were changed massively. They don't feel or look the same as they did back then.
It's like a bit childish sort of thing, like preschool sort of thing. It's like what we see on the Thomas trailer.
Pretty much.
There is one thing that's a narrator that's incidentally said, Thomas and Friends are getting ready for a new generation of fans. As in, I think, younger viewers that were about to witness what they're going to see in the coming autumn.
Thomas, like you've never seen him before. Yeah, exactly.
He also said,
like you never seen him before. We've heard that before, didn't we?
Yeah.
We heard the Hero of the Flames trailer. That was good. Seeing here like Thomas and his friends, like you'd never seen him before. Something like that. Yeah, because that was on Hero of the Realms. That was good. But when I heard that again on the reboot, I said, like you never seen him before? God blimey. Worst trailer ever, as they say in The Simpsons.
What can I
George, I can see what the new team trying to do with in terms of contemporary audience type and physicalness and physicality and expressiveness in the engines. You know, the way they move and bob and jump and stuff like that. That's very much different from what we had previously seen in the show that we mostly grew up with.
I'm going to say something about that. Sorry, Ross. Hold on. You go first. No,
I was going to say, when we see Thompson do like a 180 jump and spin, and when you see him jumping over the hills with the trucks, that's just, I'm sorry, but the point of Thomas is it's supposed to look and feel and sound realistic, and Thomas jumping off the rails and turning the other way, and that's not realistic. That's something you see on chugging. That's something Chuggington can do, but it doesn't work on Thomas.
Yeah, somebody said.
That's right. And what I'm saying, I don't think it needs to, because it's a 2D animated show. I mean, most 2D animated shows do tend to be sound and look cartoony at times. Yeah.
I was going to say that. I was going to say, because I noticed something, right? Because when I saw a clip of Gordon, I asked myself, that's one of their merchandise come to life. Like it's one of those toys, you know, like the Adventures ones, or Take and Play, which is
Urkel.
That's
well,
right.
No, not Urkel, Ross. It's like the Fisher Price trains. You know, because I said to them, that's not Thomas and Friends. That's just their toys come to life. That's like, I felt a bit, what? That's impossible, like that. And, you know, I just never expected that at all whatsoever. So I just think, not offense, but I just think this will ruin the whole thing. And, you know, I think a lot of fans are not going to like this. But if it's set for the preschool thing, then that's their decision. But us fans, we just wanted more of the Thomas we love. But I don't think that's going to happen anymore.
Wasn't so bad in comparison.
The other thing about it is the choice of characters they put in. Now, I'm fine with them putting Thomas, Percy, Gordon, and Near in, but Diesel, he doesn't. I wouldn't. Why is he in there? He's not Thomas's friend. He's just an immature villain who just doesn't know when to stop. And what the flipping heck did they do with Carly the crane?
Is she a breakdown crane? Yeah. She's got like buffers.
They've turned her into a construction crane. That's what they've done.
I thought they turned her into a female version of Reg or something, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, moving on the rails. I don't know, maybe like a strange sort of buffery gantry thing. I don't know. What about that little Diesel that's there as well? I don't know if that's Salty or is that another version?
Sandy. That's Sandy. That's the new character, Sandy.
So is it basically just a gender of Salty then, I suppose?
Not sure. But I also saw what they did. I also saw at first. What was that? I also saw what they did with Emily with the front of the engine. I'm thinking, oh god, what have they done so well? But I'm just surprised that we haven't. I can't judge what I think of Emily until we've seen the full look of her. And what have they done with Thomas the Tank Engine's whistle? That's not his whistle.
People thought he just had the one to begin with. He's got two, but they're still
unless it was like high pitch, like you can't, like they might want to use the original, but sometimes it might be a different engine's whistle. But if it's like a newer one, they'll go, right, that's it, I'm done. Because if it is a different one, then that's it.
That's basically the viewers' reaction these days.
Right, I'm done. This is not my Thomas. Mattel, what were you thinking? This is not our Thomas. What you did is wrong.
Yeah, I would go, Mattel, you are completely sick. You are so dumb.
Then go to the nearest Toys R Us and like chuck a fucking toy on the ground.
Yeah. The other thing I thought of, the new character we see, Kana, she looks like a recycled Caitlin O'Connor.
Yeah, she does, doesn't she?
Electrified streamliner.
But Tanya looks okay for a newbie for a 2D exclusive show. Yeah, that's non-canon to the actual show we saw growing up.
It's a funny one because I don't. I kind of when I first saw the picture of Thomas, and the sort of 2D look of it, I was intrigued because I do have a love for like Disney and what have you, and I thought maybe this will be nice. It sort of reminded me of the Dolby illustrations a little bit.
Well,
I was willing to give it a chance.
Oh, one of those
when I saw the
indifferent types of people, Tom, like
Say
Mel.
again, sorry?
At least you were one of those indifferent types of.
Oh yeah,
people,
that's
like
right.
Mel.
Yeah. I guess I am. Like I'm not. I've got to admit, when I saw the trailer, I'll admit I didn't like it. But
No,
I'm just. It's not my. I'm
I
just.
didn't like
moving
what
on
I see, but at least I didn't get too upset about it. I mean, I had seen worse stuff than this, and in the end, I can see what the current team of Mattel are trying to do. Whilst I will just stick to what I got at home. My Thomas.
We can do. That's
After
fine.
all, if you don't like the new version of Thomas and Friends, that's fine. And instead of getting upset about it, why not we can go back to the way it was by watching previous content that we got. After all, you got your videos, you got your DVDs, you got your Blu-rays, you got your VCDs, you got your digital downloads, and most importantly, you got your YouTube full episode compilations, most notably ones from the official channel or Thomas HD Classics. Yeah, you know.
I also heard.
Sorry.
Sorry, Tom. I also heard that it wasn't just the fans. I heard that on Facebook, a lot of parents of children didn't like the trailers either.
Yeah, because those parents, especially myself, grow up on the classic Thomas, and you know, because I do enjoy seasons 13 to 24. They're very good. But when I saw that new trailer, I said, what the hell is this? Is this Thomas or is this another version of Chuggington? That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Even Chuggington, they still got their rods and pistons.
Yeah. Because do you want to know what? Because I'll actually tell you this. When I was at work on Thursday, the day after the trailer was actually released, I actually wondered. I actually thought of what would happen if season 25 was carrying on from series 24, and you would say, I was thinking, what if we saw Sandy in her jam-filled animation form? What if Sandy met Philip? You could have somebody like, hello, I'm Philip. I'm a diesel box cab. I'm Sandy, and I'm a cab as well. You are what?
Oh, okay.
And if they did Kana as like another streamlined engine, you could have had her interact with Connor and Caitlin, and you could have seen how well they could have, how upset and worried they would be if Connor took away their high-speed passenger train jobs.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to a couple of more questions? I'm
treating my
let's pretend this conversation of the trailer never happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on.
Let's have a look.
Yep. We got an interesting question from Thomas Fan 18, who said, "Do you watch My Little Pony? Friendship is Magic?"
Used to. I've seen a few episodes, but not now. I just lost interest in it now.
I'll be honest, I went for a phase.
Kind of the same thing with me. I still got the first season Region 1 DVD set, but other than that, I've only seen the one or two episodes of the first season of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and that was it. And the Christmas special that they did. But then again, that was very much it for me.
He also says, Thomas Fan 18 says, "Do you watch Noddy and Ivor the Engine?"
Yes.
I haven't seen Ivor the Engine for a long time. I've only ever seen one or two episodes.
Same here.
Noddy myself. I did remember seeing Noddy's Toyland Adventures on video.
I remember the original Noddy.
Yeah, with narrated by Jimmy Hibbert.
Yep.
It was a Roscoe Hall production.
Yeah. I like the bits with the end credits where you see Noddy in the car. You see the funny comedy, slapstick stuff that's going on between them.
Yeah.
The car still went away.
And also, if I'm honest, I'm not sure what to think of the newer version of Noddy. You know, Noddy Toyland Detective. I'm not quite sure what to think of
I never
that.
liked Noddy
I
since
thought
Make Way for Noddy.
it's
To be honest,
best suited for a current generation of children. That's pretty
Yeah.
much.
if they like it,
Noddy
that's
is.
fine. It
This is
doesn't
gonna
feel like
this is gonna surprise you. You know how Shining Time Station aired the Thomas episodes from series 1 to 4.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when I was in like middle school or high school, there was a show called In the Noddy Shop, and there was
Yeah, I
some
remember seeing
kids
that.
who listened to stories about Noddy, and the episodes of Noddy, which were narrated by Jimmy Hibbert, they were actually presented in that show the same way as
Yeah, I do
the same way as
Hibbert's narration were somehow
Yeah.
presented it in
I never knew that.
It's weird because
Anyways,
in the
in
States.
terms of different variations of Noddy, this reminds me, Thomas is going to be facing the same thing with in terms of the different versions. I mean, we've been there with other shows, not just Thomas and Noddy, but there was also Winnie the Pooh and My Little Pony, and now there will be one of Rugrats. That Rugrats going to get a CGI series based on the original show.
I heard that was going to be live action. I heard there was going to be a live action film of that.
Oh, I'm not
Equally
sure what's
interesting.
happening with that. But for the most
Bob-
part, as
Bob the Builder.
it's still going to happen. And there was also Bob the Builder with a CG reboot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Post-
another one.
There was
Fireman
Postman Pat,
Sam.
wasn't there? Fireman
Fireman
Sam,
Sam.
yeah.
Yeah,
They've all
Fireman
changed
Sam.
a lot.
Paddington.
Yeah.
It's how they stay relevant.
Paddington, yeah. Paddington had 4 TV series. One is the original 1970s one with Michael Horden, and a short-lived 2D animated series by Hanna-Barbera in the late 80s, and in the 90s animated series made in France, and the most recent one made last year from Blue Zoo Studios that Michaela Winter happened to be working with at the time, called The Adventures of Paddington.
Which program was that one you was talking about?
Paddington. I like it. I like the Paddington series with Jonathan Kidd voicing Paddington. You know, the bloke from Astro Farm, and who also narrated the VCI trailers. Do you remember, Scott? You know, VCI was some of the most popular children's characters available to buy on video.
Yes. I remember that now. I didn't know that was him, to be honest, Ross.
And he did he did like in the City 125 videos for railway enthusiasts, you know, like cab ride kind of things.
Yeah.
He did like the commentary for that.
Question from sorry, Tom.
I was just saying that Jonathan Kidd also did he did a railway enthusiast video back in the days before YouTube called IC125. It was like a cab ride sort of thing, and he does the commentary for that.
Ooh.
So he's done a hell of a lot. So continue.
The next question we got this time from Jamie Boy 1995, who said, "One question, may I ask? Thoughts on the City series?" Well, he has been through many different versions. He had one in the 50s and one in the 80s with Matthew Corbett, as well as
Yeah.
That started in like actually one with Matthew Corbett started in the mid 70s, 76
With,
I think it was.
Harry Corbett.
Matthew
then
Corbett.
Matthew
That started in
Corbett.
1976.
And now we've got
lived Cosgrove Hall to the animated series, and the infamous Hit Entertainment 2000s series.
and now we've got and now we've got Richard Cadell with I've got
the 11 series that's now back in its roots.
I have to applaud Richard Cadell because he actually understands City the same way as Matthew and Harry Corbett did, and and I actually remember the episode 2 of the first of the newer series, Water Everywhere, and Richard knows how to make the series funny. He knows what he's supposed to do. He knows how to write the episodes so well.
It's very much. He started out as a fan, and now he's an official caretaker of City.
Yeah.
But he did appear in various episodes of City as well, didn't he? Before he bought the whole thing back in the late 90s, I think.
Yeah. Does anyone remember when Matthew Corbett made a guest appearance?
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip. Yep. I know.
Choco Chimp. Yeah, that was quite good.
Nice
That one.
watch.
Yeah,
That was
Search that.
I think Scott will agree with me on this. You could feel like a Scooby Doo feel to that episode.
Yes, it's like watching the Scooby Doo.
Well, I can see
Then who is it? They took off the mask. It's the familiar van delivery driver. Yes, I would have gotten away with it if it hadn't been for you lot. That's like Scooby Doo.
Yeah. I like to when I like to when he goes, I wouldn't have this chocolate with you. It is off. Yes, smell it. Off.
And hard sooty. Wash him off. Yeah, that's a good episode, that one.
The other bit I liked, the other thing I like about the new Sooty series, they have got the original voice of Sue back. Brenda Longman.
Yeah.
That's another one of the redeeming qualities that Rich Cadet was able to, in getting the show back in its roots. Brenda Coulter as Sue.
Yeah, I think Richard Cadell did a great job. He does make me laugh as well because I like on the current Cities show that started back in 2011. I think I like a few episodes. One of them I like. Well, the one where Matthew Corbett returned, that was one of them. But another favourite is the Easter egg one because they keep doing egg jokes.
Wow!
As in, you're experts.
Right.
Excellent.
Right. It's an interesting question from Thomas Van Nate in terms of Thomas now, who said, what's your favorite Thomas movie? Mine, it has to be a tie between, I think, Blue Mountain Mystery and let's see. What else do I? Actually, there are a few. For me, it's The Great Discovery and Blue Mountain Mystery. That's one of those two movies I did like, as well as what else? I thought The Great Race was good too, but I also liked Journey Beyond Sodor, and I thought The Big Adventures was also good. For its own merit.
My favourites. Well, I've got a few favourites. I'll give you my top two.
Go on.
Well, top three actually. Well, a top two films and a special. Okay, so my first favourite Thomas film. Oh, I'm going to say I'll make it 3 films. One of them is Thomas and the Magic Railroad, if that counts as a film.
Yeah,
which is.
But
my 2 favourite CGI movies is Hero of the Rails because I admire Hero because he's one of my favourite characters out of the CGI era, and my other favourite is Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure because I like how it comes to Thomas being a bit naughty and the Fat Controller kept telling him off, but then at the end he was kind to Thomas. But I also love I thought I'd say this special one last. I also love The Adventure Begins. I love The Adventure Begins because it's like a comparison to the first 2 Railway Series books, isn't it? And I kept because I know they did The Adventure Begins, but how come they didn't think of doing some more if there was meant to be some? Because we needed Mercy on that one, didn't we?
But everyone thought they would. It seemed very certain at the time. There was a pension or something, wasn't there? People said if the DVD sells well, they might do a sequel. That's the main reason I bought the DVD.
Exactly. Yeah.
Tom, do you have a favorite Thomas movie or two?
Yeah, I do. Let me think. I'm torn between either Blue Mountain Mystery, The Adventure Begins, or Lost Treasure.
I like Blue Mountain Mystery as well, yeah, because that's a good one.
At the time, it was so refreshing. Like we'd had the Miller era for ages. I just remember the sudden shift in direction.
Yeah,
there's Railway Series references, loads of railway activity. It was just really astounding at the time.
Yeah. So since we know what our favourite one is, I think the least favourite is Miss the Island Rescue.
You got
the Mer film.
David Diesel was just
I thought Miss the Island Rescue was not bad, but later on I thought
I'm not too keen on it. I really didn't like that one. No offense, of course, but it's not one of my favourites. I caught my kid. I actually caught my boys watching that this afternoon.
Because I think the thing they did wrong with Miss the Island Rescue is that Thomas the Logging Locos had most of the lines, and other characters like Henry, Gordon, James, Emily, Toby, and that only had one line. I mean, surely if you're going to do an episode where Thomas is missing, instead of just having one character or one or two characters worrying where he is, why not see what everyone sees or feels and how they're dealing with it?
Yeah,
in that regard, it felt very boring, very slow.
Yeah. Anyway, my favourite Thomas films are. Well, I'm not. Well, honestly, I liked Calling All Engines. I liked that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But my favourite CGI films are Hero of the Rails. But my top two are King of the Railway, Andrew Brenner's first actual CGI film, a film he wrote himself.
Right.
And the other one is The Great Race. Now, I absolutely love The Great Race because The Great Race still holds is my favorite because it actually The Great Race special actually helped me out a lot in 2016.
Yes,
a month after, because it was in cinemas a month after my mum passed away, and it was in cinemas leading up to the dates where it was my mum's funeral. So The Great Race helps me out a lot. So that's why that film is a big favourite to me.
Well, I think that's a really respectful opinion, Ross. That's a really good choice for a film that happens in that sort of thing. Yeah, I think that's a very good choice.
Right. We got a question from Nowhere Boy 88 who said that I'm sure that those of you might have read it by now, as I'm going to say this. Do you guys watch SpongeBob SquarePants?
No.
Oh no! Why that? Anything but that.
The first 3 seasons myself these days.
I definitely liked it growing up. I will admit that.
Yeah. I did like it years ago, but now I thought, I think I'm getting back to the old stuff that I did used to watch before then, like Rugrats.
Rugrats was good. Rugrats was good. Yeah. But no,
I don't think SpongeBob is bad as a whole. I mean, after having watched the Netflix exclusive movie Sponge on the Run, I think. I
like Matt Berry's performance in that.
He paid a very good homage to in paying a tribute to the creator Steven Hillenburg, who sadly passed away over a year ago.
That's right.
If it wasn't for shoving in what's coming up for the SpongeBob franchise this year with Camp Coral.
They're kidifying everything now, aren't they? Good grief.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing, that creator does not want to see, but after his death, I'm sure the executives at Nick were like,
screw it, we're gonna make the spin-off of SpongeBob anyway, even if the fans don't like it after his creator is dead, because we like to make money.
They're literally being Mr.
Krabs does in Mr. Krabs, because we like to make, he said, money, 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 money.
You sound like a Muppets character.
Yeah,
doing that.
Nickelodeon executives on the making of Camp Coral in a nutshell.
Oh, that was accurate.
Do you know what? Do you know? I'm actually gonna say this. Just imagine if Statler and Waldorf actually saw Series 25 and they actually heckled it in every way they could. What do you call that? What do you call that? What do you suppose they call that? A novelty?
I don't know. Maybe it's too bad.
Yeah. And just imagine if anybody. I'm just thinking. If anybody saw Series 25, I'm just thinking right now. You go, God, what the?
I'm just going to be a couple of minutes.
Okay, Tom.
Okay, no problem.
Trying to be too long, mate.
Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, what if somebody saw Series 24? I can imagine one person shouting, "Cat! What the? Is that what the? Is that your mother? You!" That is a line from when Adrian Edmondson played James Macaroon in a French and Saunders Christmas special. Daniel.
Right.
Their own parody of Titanic. I used to use that sort of thing for my project called the Fat Director's Scenes. Use the Fat Controller as the Fat Director. And before you say it, what gave me the idea is the Fat Director. That gave me the idea from the first 2 Railway series books. That's what gave me the idea, which was quite hilarious if you ask me.
Yeah.
We haven't done it for quite a while, but we was thinking of doing some more, but we don't know when though.
Any last questions? Any last questions from our viewers before we can call it a night? Anyone in the live chat? Do you have anyone final questions? That we can answer for you.
So let's have a look.
There's one here. I saw.
Oh yeah, there's one from Joseph Productions of 7, who said, "Should there be a live action spin-off about the Fat Controller?"
I don't think so. I don't think that would work.
But here's another question from him, which I think is interesting.
Okay.
It said, where was it? I saw it just now. Should there be a spin-off about the narrow gauge engines? And to be honest, I think the narrow gauge engines. Actually, there was sort of a spin-off DVD of Series 11. Engines and Escapades, but that's like the Thomas one.
This kind of brings it all back. Thanks God.
Yeah,
this was so 2007.
Yeah, but I think they should do. Like The Adventure Begins. They should do a version of 4 Little Engines. Like Skull Over there, Handle and Peter Sound. They could have done that.
Yeah.
Last week. I think that would have made a great spin-off film. Not a series, but I'll say it's like a special, like The Adventure Begins.
Right.
I think
an interesting question from NPK765 fan who said, "What is your favorite steam
locomotive?" Yeah, I don't think it was that. My favourite is the J15 or Y14 at the Norfolk Railway. It's like Donald and Douglas. That's one of my favourite locomotives. But I also love the Thomas locomotive at the East Anglian Rail Museum.
I've got 3. The Thomas engine at the East Anglia Railway Museum.
Copycat.
The Black Prince engine with 10 drive wheels, the one that reminds me of Murdoch.
Yes.
And I know I think you're probably going to guess what I'm going to say here, Scott. It is the Stirling single steam engine.
I thought so. National Railway Museum.
Yep. And either Shillington or mostly York. Maybe York.
York. Yeah.
York. Since Tom's away for a bit, I got a question from Percy Fan 1 who said, "Who is your favorite Thomas episode?" You mean, what's your favorite Thomas episode? Well, too many to list.
Too many, yeah.
I should say, instead of episode, I would say, what is your favorite Thomas season? I would ask that.
Scott?
Most likely Series 3, I was born around the time before Series 3 aired on ITV. Yep.
Yeah, Series 3 had to be my favourite.
Yeah. As for Marvelous Machinery, what do I think of it? It was a bit zany, a little bit way too comedic, but for its own merits, especially with the theme of technology and robots and flying cars.
Yeah,
not
the
bad.
flying car kind of reminds me of the DeLorean from Back to the Future 2. Sorry, Ross, was you going to say something?
Yeah, there was a question there. I think you might have an answer to, Scott. Someone says, what is your favorite Muppets movie?
Muppets movie.
My favourite Muppets movie, right? I don't watch it every day. I only watch it every December. And
I know where this is going.
Christmas Carol.
I can take a guess what it is as well.
Yeah.
It's the Muppet Christmas Carol.
I was about to guess.
Yeah, no, I spilled the beans just before that. So yeah, that's my only favourite Muppet movie ever.
Yeah. For me, if it's not the Muppets Christmas Carol, it had to be a tie between the Muppets movie and the 2011 Muppets movie.
Yes, the 2011 one's good. I also like Treasure Island, Muppet Treasure Island. That's a good one.
I think I've seen it once on DVD, and I thought it was pretty good adaptation to Treasures Island as well.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I've got the Muppet movies on Disney Plus. As a matter of fact, I can't wait for the Muppet Show to be on Disney Plus because I've been waiting for years for Series 4 to be released on DVD because it's got Christopher Reeve, Superman on, but it's going to be on Disney Plus on February 19th. So that'll be the first thing I'll be watching when it comes to stream. So that's going to be good.
I heard the news that the original Muppet Show's coming to Disney Plus. I'm like,
that's what you said. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. Yeah, the original Muppet Show is coming to Disney Plus.
Go.
It's the Muppet Show with our space. It's the Muppet Show with our space. Let me try that again. It's the Muppet Show with our very special guest star, Christopher Reeve. Yeah!
You'll try and do Kermit voices, do bear with.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you a Kermit voice.
Go on,
Hello, welcome to the Muppet Show. Tonight with my guest star, Miss Piggy and Ricky Gervais. Yay!
That's really good.
Give him a applause for that. That is brilliant.
Thank you very much.
That was a good Kermit impersonation. That is really good.
I think
back in chef that I use.
One more question before calling it a night.
Yeah.
I got that just in time.
There you go.
You're saying, Russ?
I was going to say another Muppets film I liked was Letters to Santa with I was in it. Pepe.
Oh, Pepe the shrimp.
Pepe. Yeah, this was her idea. What are we doing? We're getting it.
Spot on, Tom.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's not much of a film. It's more of a Christmas short. But I call it's like a film. Yeah. Yeah. So let's do one last question before we call it a night.
Yep. Here we go.
Pick a good question.
Let me choose one. I'll choose one.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Oh, God.
We'll choose another one.
Hold on. Just one. Let's.
Anyways,
see.
that's a very accurate voice impression of Kermit I had ever heard from Tom, my dear people.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, here we go.
It's a little more pitch, though.
Here's a question. Right, this one's from Mario and Sonic Productions, also 21st Century, also known as Sean Downey. What's up, Sean? This would be the last question for the night. Favorite Thomas episode with the Pack? The Solar Construction Company.
Ooh.
That's a good question.
I'll list my favourites first. I like Jack Jumps In.
Yeah.
A Tale for Thomas, or it should be called The Lightning Tree. Thomas and the Moles, or it should be Buster and the Moles. I like Kelly's Windy Day. The Tortoise and the Hare.
Buster the Steve.
On Site with Thomas with Patrick.
Yeah.
It's a good. Yeah, I like that. I do like that one, but I think one of my other big favourites from that one is Mud, Glorious Mud. I love that one.
That is a really good one. Yeah,
that's a good.
Because on that episode, hold on. Because in the middle of that episode, you get to see some of the Fat Controller's engines with Thomas. It's like the scale models, for example. You get to see the original scale models from Series 6, and then it gets to the big ones.
Yeah. What I love about Mud, Glorious Mud is how they actually looked into Isabella's personality and how we see her not liking getting dirty. How they did it, that actually works, and how she braves them.
Go on, finish.
How she braves bad weather, the puddles and mud to help her friends. She shoved her hate of getting dirty to one side to help her friends, and that just shows that even when her friends need help, she knows that even if she didn't want to get muddy whilst helping her friends, she knew she had no choice but to do it. She's going to get dirty anyhow, but she knew she was doing the right thing. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, she kind of reminds me a bit of James, because James likes to be clean. It kind of reminds me of the Series 7 episode, James and the Queen of Sodor.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Because I've got a few I've got a few episodes of the pack, but I'll give you my most favourite one.
Okay.
I like Percy helps out, with Nelson saving Thomas, but it should have had a title called Nelson to the Rescue. That would have been a better title.
Original. In its original title, Nelson Gets Carried Away.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
You're heavier than a
steel. I happen to like that one because Thomas travelling by road with Nelson. It kind of reminds me of the Railway series story of Thomas and the Great Railway Show, Not the Ticket.
Yes.
It does remind me of that. That's why I like it because Thomas travels in a different part of the countryside. Instead of going by track, he travels by road with Nelson. And and I liked it when Neville's wish came true when he wanted to be carried, and yet Percy took him, and Nelson was happy. And that's a really good story. That one. Yeah, that's a really good one. I do like some others.
Going by its original title, Nelson Gets Carried Away.
Exactly, yeah, but
I wish they kept those titles. The titles were even more clever compared to what are they called again? Thomas Pops In, A Visit from Thomas.
Yeah,
Sorry, my favourite one. Oof,
yeah,
Mud Glorious Mud. To be brutally honest, Mud Glorious Mud.
I just think it's unfair that they didn't think to bring Isabella back into the CGI series when they had the chance.
Yeah,
Isabella as a character interests me design-wise because it's the same type as Elizabeth. I don't know whether it's a repainted model or whether.
No, I don't think. I think because Elizabeth and Isabella, I think they're two different types of the same lorry. I think, but one's a flatbed lorry, the other one's a bucket lorry.
That's true. Yeah.
It's just coincidental.
I don't think we've got Daniel's favourite one yet.
Yeah, I was going to ask Daniel.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Right.
I like all the episodes, but for my favorites, those would have to be, let's see, On Site with Thomas. I love that one with Patrick's accident, and Thomas's trusty friends, mostly with the big chimney fall down and crush the building right near the end.
Jimmy, I knocked you down. Do you want me to break anything else?
Ouch.
Ouch.
No.
Ouch.
I think you've done enough for one day.
I loved it when Michelangelo just kept going, ouch, ouch, ouch. I love that.
Yeah. My other favorites would have to be A Visit from Thomas, even if it's a silly title, and Percy Helps Out and Kelly's Windy Day, and Jack Owns Up. And of course, the two starter episodes in Series 6, Jack Jumps In and A Friend in Need.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
And for
such a shame about the pack.
Jack series, it would have to be Mucking About. I thought it was fun too, mostly with Max and Monty's antics.
Yeah, that's what Sean said just now. He said that Mucking About was one of his favourites.
Yep.
I'll just say
after you, Ross.
I'll just say quickly before we go offline. I think the only member of the pack from the newer series of Big World Big Adventures I'm not keen on is Brenda. I'm not really keen on her. I'm okay with Darcy, but I'm not okay. I'm not really a fan of Brenda. She just looks like a cheap knockoff version of Byron. I would have preferred to see Byron.
I thought she's all right, but yeah, I
not
would
too bad.
More of Byron in the CGI as well.
Yeah, but you got to respect everyone's opinions. Now, I do respect that, Ross. I do respect that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Should we call it a night then?
Yes, I think we should. I think we've done
that's
that.
all for the Winter 2021 live stream, and thank you everyone in the live chat for joining in to ask questions and whatnot. Oh, funny! You should.
Can I say one thing
before we go? Funny, you should say that Jack and the Pack is pretty much like a comparison of Bob the Builder. You see, I did some heavy amounts of research on the making of it in Steaming to Legacy Chapter 7. Go check it out. It's on YouTube.
Chapter 7, okay.
Yeah.
Before we go, I just want to say thank you. I think we should all thank Daniel for letting us take part of this live stream. I think we really
Thank you,
enjoyed
Daniel.
it. So
Thanks,
I think he deserves a bit of an applause. So a big hand.
We should do more stuff like this.
A big hand.
Get me occupied during
Right.
shit.
And thank
Yeah,
you.
so
Thank you,
so
Scott.
thank you, Daniel, for a great evening, and I can't wait for the spring one.
Yep. And
Yeah, that'd be
It's going to
great.
be
Yeah.
spring.
And thank you. Let's see. Go away. Wait. Thank you to Scott, Ross, and Tom for joining me as well.
You're welcome.
Tonight's web file. Until next time for April 2021 live stream, which is in the spring. Shall we bid our farewells to the viewers before I will be saying this is SmurfyDan's signing off.
As Postman Pat would say, cheerio.
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 Or as the two Ronnie, as I would say from the two Ronnies, it's good night from me and it's good night from him. Good night.
Yep.
Bye-bye, everyone.
SmurfyDan.
Bye-bye.
Signing
See you guys.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Good night, everybody.